If you think a luxury SUV dropping from over $54,000 to around $9 grand automatically makes it a steal, slow down. Sometimes that low price isn't a discount. It's the automotive equivalent of a giant "Do Not Enter" sign wearing sunglasses. Today, I'm showing you 3 luxury SUVs that absolutely nuke their own resale value, and trust me, the first one is expensive to own. But the last one, that one can turn a tiny little engine part into a repair bill that makes grown adults suddenly become experts in public transportation. Welcome back to Old Man Garage, the only place where we laugh at terrible automotive decisions so you don't have to make them yourself. Around here, we believe one simple thing: a shiny badge doesn't pay your repair bills. And just because an SUV looked like $1 million sitting under dealership lights doesn't mean it'll treat your wallet with any respect once the warranty packs its bags and leaves town. Today's list isn't about making fun of people who bought these SUVs new. Honestly, most of them made what looked like smart decisions. They bought respected brands, loaded family vehicles, and models that reviewers praised when they were brand new. The problem is, the used market has a very long memory, and it never forgets expensive mistakes. By the end of this video, you'll understand why these SUVs lost over 80% of their original value, what mechanical disasters scared buyers away, and whether they're actually bargains, or financial jump scares wearing leather seats. Let's get into it. Number 3. Ford Explorer Platinum, model years, 2016 through 2017. The funny thing about the Explorer Platinum is that it wasn't built for people looking to show off. Nobody bought one to impress strangers at the gas station. This was the SUV for the family that wanted everything. 3 rows, plenty of room for road trips, heated and cooled seats, a twin-turbo V6 under the hood, all-wheel drive, every gadget Ford could throw at it, and enough cup holders to survive a youth soccer tournament. Back in 2016, checking every option box pushed the sticker to around $54,000. At the time, that sounded expensive, but not crazy. After all, Americans have trusted the Explorer name for decades. If there was one SUV that seemed like a safe bet, this was it. And honestly, Ford did a lot of things right. The Platinum looked sharp without screaming for attention, the cabin felt surprisingly upscale, and reviewers praised how quiet it was on the highway. You could cruise for hours without feeling beat up. And thanks to the 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 producing around 365 horsepower, it had more than enough muscle to merge, pass, or tow a boat for the weekend. Fuel economy wasn't exactly Prius territory. You're looking at roughly 16 miles per gallon in the city and 22 on the highway, but nobody shopping for a luxury family SUV expected miracles at the pump. You paid for comfort, space, and performance. Then came the little part that somehow learned how to empty bank accounts: the water pump. Now, on most vehicles, hearing water pump is about as exciting as hearing your dentist say you need a cleaning. It's annoying, sure, but life goes on. Usually it's a repair measured in hundreds of dollars, not thousands. Ford looked at that perfectly normal idea and apparently said, "What if we played a little game?" Instead of mounting the water pump outside the engine where every mechanic on Earth expects it to be, they tucked it inside the engine, driven directly by the timing chain. Which means replacing it isn't a simple afternoon job anymore. It's more like asking your mechanic to perform open-heart surgery just to swap out a part that's smaller than your dinner plate. Owners usually don't realize what's happening until coolant begins leaking internally. And here's where things get ugly. Coolant mixing with engine oil is basically the automotive version of pouring orange juice into your morning coffee. Neither one survives the experience. Once contaminated, bearings begin wearing out, internal engine damage follows, and suddenly that innocent-looking water pump isn't a water pump repair anymore. It's an engine replacement. That's why you'll find owners reporting repair bills anywhere from around $2,500 just for replacing the pump, all the way up to $7,000, $8,000, or even over $9,000 once the engine is damaged beyond repair. Imagine buying a used SUV for $9 grand, then getting a repair estimate that's basically asking if you'd like to purchase the same vehicle all over again. That's not maintenance. That's a hostage negotiation. And unfortunately, the water pump wasn't the Explorer's only party trick. Many all-wheel drive models also developed problems with the power transfer unit, often called the PTU. This small drivetrain component has a reputation for leaking fluid, overheating, and eventually failing. Since many owners never even knew it required maintenance, the damage often happened quietly until expensive noises suddenly appeared, usually right after the warranty had already waved goodbye from the rearview mirror. Ford also spent years dealing with headlines surrounding exhaust odors inside certain Explorer models. Thousands of owners filed complaints about exhaust fumes entering the cabin, leading to investigations and warranty repairs. While regulators eventually closed the investigation without forcing a nationwide recall for civilian models, the publicity didn't exactly help resale values. Whether every concern was justified or not almost became irrelevant, because perception matters. Once buyers start hearing words like engine failure, water pump, carbon monoxide, and class action lawsuit in the same sentence, Craigslist shoppers suddenly become Olympic sprinters running toward the next listing. Today, that's exactly why these Explorers can often be found selling for somewhere around $8,000 to $10,000, depending on mileage and condition. On paper, it looks like the bargain of the century. Luxury interior, powerful engine, tons of features. But the used market isn't stupid. It already baked those repair bills into the price. And here's the dangerous part for anyone shopping online. During a 20-minute test drive, this Explorer can feel absolutely fantastic. Smooth shifts, strong acceleration, quiet cabin, no warning lights. It'll smile at you like a used car that's hiding 17 credit card bills under the mattress. The real problems usually don't announce themselves during the test drive. They introduce themselves after your first oil change. And believe me, if you think this Explorer found creative ways to attack its owner's wallet, wait until you see the next SUV. Its biggest problem doesn't even need gears to ruin your day. And thousands of families learned that lesson the expensive way. Number 2. Infiniti QX60, model years, 2014 through 2018. Now here's one that genuinely makes you feel bad for the people who bought it. Because the typical Infiniti QX60 owner wasn't some guy trying to race Mustangs away from stoplights or impress strangers at Cars and Coffee. Nope. This SUV was usually bought by parents, grandparents, and families who simply wanted something comfortable, safe, quiet, and just a little nicer than the average crossover parked at the grocery store. And honestly, on paper, it looked like a home run. 3 rows of seats, a beautifully quiet cabin, soft leather everywhere, a smooth ride that could make potholes feel like polite suggestions. It wasn't flashy, but that's exactly why people liked it. It was classy without trying too hard. Plus, it carried an Infiniti badge. And that's important, because most buyers immediately connected Infiniti with Nissan, and Nissan. For decades, Americans associated Nissan with dependable vehicles that could survive years of commuting, family vacations, forgotten oil changes, and somehow still show up for work Monday morning. So spending somewhere between $52,000 and $57,000 on a fully loaded QX60 didn't seem unreasonable. Families believed they were buying reliability wrapped in luxury. Unfortunately, the transmission had other plans, and if there were an Olympic event for disappointing owners, this particular CVT would probably win the gold medal. For anyone unfamiliar, CVT stands for Continuously Variable Transmission. Instead of shifting through traditional gears like most automatic transmissions, it uses a belt and pulley system designed to keep the engine operating efficiently. In theory, it's clever. In practice? Well, let's just say the theory and reality weren't exactly on speaking terms. As mileage climbed, countless owners began describing almost identical symptoms. You'd press the accelerator, the engine would rev, the SUV would think about moving, maybe hold a staff meeting, check the calendar, then, eventually, decide to accelerate. Sometimes it would shudder as if you were driving across those rumble strips on the side of an interstate, even though the pavement was perfectly smooth. Other times it would jerk unexpectedly, hesitate pulling away from a stoplight, or simply refuse to deliver power the way a luxury SUV should. Imagine trying to merge onto an American freeway while your transmission is busy contemplating life choices. That's not exactly a confidence booster. And these weren't isolated complaints from a handful of unlucky owners. The issue became so widespread that Nissan eventually agreed to a settlement worth hundreds of millions of dollars involving defective CVT transmissions across several models. Some owners received reimbursement for repairs, some received extended warranty coverage, and many were offered a coupon toward purchasing another Nissan product, which is kind of like your neighbor's dog eating your steak, and then handing you a coupon for another steak from the same dog. It's technically compensation, but it doesn't exactly rebuild trust. Even more concerning, many owners and later legal actions argued that transmission concerns continued into newer model years as well, making buyers even more cautious whenever they saw CVT listed in the specifications. Once the factory warranty expired, replacing the transmission typically costs somewhere between $4,000 and $5,000, depending on the shop and location. Now let's do some simple math. A clean 2014 QX60 today often sells for roughly $9,000. If your transmission suddenly needs replacing, congratulations. Half your SUV just disappeared. That's why dealers frequently offer surprisingly low trade-in values on older QX60s. They're not trying to insult owners. They're protecting themselves because they know one expensive repair can erase any profit they hope to make. The really frustrating part is how sneaky the problem can be. Unlike an engine that's knocking loud enough to scare pigeons out of nearby trees, a worn CVT often behaves almost normally during a short test drive. Maybe you notice a tiny vibration, maybe a slight hesitation, maybe nothing at all. A salesperson can easily say, "Oh, that's just how these transmissions feel." And for 20 minutes, they might even be right. The unpleasant surprise often shows up weeks later, after the paperwork is signed, the temporary tag is gone, and you've already told your friends about the amazing deal you found online. Suddenly, that bargain starts looking like a monthly donation to your local transmission shop, which is exactly why resale values collapsed. It wasn't because families stopped loving the QX60. It wasn't because it became ugly overnight. It was because experienced buyers had learned something incredibly simple. A cheap luxury SUV isn't always cheap to own. Sometimes it's just collecting the repair bill in installments. And if you think these first two SUVs found creative ways to punish their owners, wait until you see the last one. Because this next vehicle didn't earn its terrible resale value from one giant failure. It earned it the old-fashioned way, by slowly nickel and diming owners until they started memorizing their mechanic's first name. Number 1. Cadillac SRX, model years 2010 through 2015. Now we finally arrive at the SUV that probably surprised the most people on this list. Because when someone said they bought a Cadillac, people didn't think, uh-oh. They thought, looks like somebody's doing pretty well. What? For generations, Cadillac wasn't just another luxury brand. It was the reward after decades of hard work. You finally paid off the house, the kids were grown, retirement was around the corner, and you figured, you know what? I've earned something nice. That's exactly where the SRX came in. It wasn't enormous like an Escalade, and it wasn't trying to be a sports car either. It sat right in the sweet spot. Easy to park, easy to get in and out of, comfortable enough for long road trips, and stylish enough that it still turns heads today. Back then, a nicely equipped SRX could easily sticker for around $50,000, and buyers didn't hesitate because Cadillac had done an excellent job making the interior feel genuinely premium. Soft leather, comfortable seats, a quiet cabin, plenty of technology. A smooth ride that practically begged you to take the scenic route instead of the interstate. Even fuel economy wasn't terrible for a luxury crossover of its era. Depending on whether you had front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, the 3.6-liter V6 typically delivered somewhere around 16 to 17 miles per gallon in the city and about 23 to 24 on the highway. Nobody was bragging about it at the gas pump, but nobody was crying either. The crazy part? Even today, many owners still say they absolutely love driving their SRX, and that's what makes this one so fascinating, when owners genuinely enjoy a vehicle. Why did resale values fall off a cliff? Because underneath all that comfort was a collection of expensive little surprises that seemed determined to work together like they were forming an Avengers team. Except every superhero was a repair bill. Let's start with something you probably use every single night. The headlights. Sounds harmless, right? Not exactly. Over time, moisture could work its way inside the headlight assemblies. Instead of staying crystal clear, they slowly became dimmer and dimmer until nighttime driving felt less like luxury and more like trying to navigate with two birthday candles taped to the front bumper. Some owners even reported relying on their high beams simply to see the road properly. Replacing the assemblies wasn't cheap either. Depending on parts and labor, owners could easily spend well over $1,500 just to get their headlights shining like, well, headlights. Then came the infotainment system. Starting with later model years, Cadillac introduced the CUE touchscreen. It looked futuristic. It looked modern. It looked expensive. Unfortunately, sometimes it also looked like someone had dropped a spider onto the screen, without anyone touching it. Strange cracks would begin forming beneath the surface. Then the touchscreen would start registering ghost touches, opening random menus, changing radio stations, or refusing commands altogether. Imagine arguing with your own dashboard because it keeps calling people you never intended to call. The car basically developed its own personality, and it wasn't a very friendly one. Replacing those screens could easily cost $2,000 or more, leaving owners wondering if the touchscreen secretly contained tiny diamonds. But even that wasn't the repair that scared experienced buyers the most. That honor belongs to the timing chain. The 3.6-liter V6 used in many of these SRX models developed a reputation for premature timing chain wear, often somewhere between 80,000 and 120,000 miles. Now, timing chains are supposed to last a very long time. That's literally why manufacturers use chains instead of belts. So when one starts stretching much earlier than expected, warning lights appear, engine performance drops, and suddenly you're facing a repair that commonly lands somewhere between $2,500 and $4,500. And unlike replacing tires or brakes, this isn't something most owners budget for. One day you're driving to Costco. The next day you're Googling, can humans survive on instant noodles until Christmas? That's how these repair bills feel. One owner reported facing a major timing chain repair despite faithfully servicing the SUV at the dealership. Another described becoming nervous every single time they started the engine, wondering if today would be the day another expensive surprise showed up. And honestly, that's probably the biggest reason this Cadillac lost so much value. Not because it had one catastrophic defect, not because it exploded, not because every single SRX was doomed. It was death by 1,000 repair estimates. One expensive visit became another, then another, then another. Headlights, touchscreen, timing chain. Each repair by itself was frustrating. Together, they turned a luxury SUV into something many buyers simply didn't want to gamble on. Today, you'll regularly find clean SRX models selling somewhere between $7,000 and $9,000. At first glance, it feels like you've discovered one of the greatest luxury bargains in America. Beautiful styling, comfortable interior, premium badge, low purchase price. But here's something I've learned after years around cars. The used car market is a lot smarter than people give it credit for. It doesn't lower prices because it's feeling generous. It lowers prices because thousands of buyers have already done the math for you. If a $50,000 luxury SUV is suddenly selling for less than a used economy car, maybe, just maybe, it's trying to tell you something. And here's the biggest takeaway from today's video. None of these owners were careless. None of them woke up one morning and said, you know what? I'd love an SUV that fights my savings account. They bought respected brands. They followed the reviews. Many maintained their vehicles exactly as recommended. Sometimes they simply got caught by engineering decisions that looked perfectly fine in the showroom but became painfully expensive once the warranty disappeared. That's why buying used isn't just about finding the lowest price. It's about understanding why the price is low. If you're shopping for long-term reliability instead, vehicles like the Toyota Highlander, the Lexus RX 350, or the Honda Pilot have consistently built reputations for durability, predictable maintenance costs, and the kind of ownership experience that lets you sleep at night instead of pricing replacement engines on your lunch break. And no matter what used vehicle you're considering, spend the extra money on a pre-purchase inspection from an independent mechanic. Seriously, a $100 inspection can save you thousands later. That's probably the highest return on investment you'll ever get in the automotive world. If you enjoyed hanging out with us today here on Old Man Garage, make sure you subscribe and ring the notification bell because every week we separate the real bargains from the four-wheeled financial disasters that dealerships hope you don't research. If this video saved you from buying one of these money pits, send it to a friend who's scrolling Marketplace at 2 in the morning thinking every cheap luxury SUV is basically a steal. And now I want to hear from you. Have you owned any of these SUVs? Did they treat you like family? Or like an ATM? Drop your story in the comments because around here, your experience might save somebody else's wallet. Thanks for watching, drive safe, keep the shiny side up, and I'll catch you in the next one on Old Man Garage.